You guys are in for a treat today. Before I get into it though, I'd like to introduce you to Michelle. She's my sous chef. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, Rhonda.
Okay, she's my go-to and go-get girl. Everybody wants to have one of them. Thank you for being here today.
Awesome.
Okay,
Thanks for
so
having me.
listen, what I want to talk about is flavor. This time of year, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm actually fortunate enough to be part of this organic farmers market up on Millgrove, Thorpe Farms. I was up there yesterday and I got myself some beautiful, beautiful strawberries, freshly picked, beautiful vine-ripened tomatoes. Really inspires me to eat fresh, eat local, support the farmers, use the product. You know, you never ever get that flavor just like when it's fresh picked off that vine. It's like your little snapshot. 1 week, here you go grab it. So in that inspiration, what I've decided I'm going to show you guys today is we're going to make a slow roasted tomato soup. We're going to make, for me, I can't have soup without crackers, and gluten-free is tough on that one, so we're going to do some goldfish crackers. And last but not least, yesterday somebody actually called me a fool, funny enough, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to make a strawberry fool. Okay, let's get back into it. Put that aside, please.
Thank you.
Okay, so first thing, the tomatoes. I've roasted them off in the oven. I want you to take a good look at that. 30 minutes, salt and pepper, olive oil. In the meantime, I'm going to get my pan ready. Okay, so here's the deal on this. This is flavor building number one. This side right here, all those deep flavors, by roasting it, it becomes really rich. Nice, really good quality olive oil on that one. Now, second to that is you're going to build your flavors up. So there's things that are called the Holy Trinity. What that is really a combination of different aromatics that you're going to put together. You're going to put it into a pan with some oil, just to, again, bring another level of flavor going in there. So all I'm doing is going to cut down, and you want equal size when you're cutting this. We're going to sweat this off. Sweating, all that means is that you're just going to loosen the flavors a bit. You want them to get to know each other in the pan. I'm taking equal amounts, as I said, equal cuts. Everything gets peeled on this one because these flavors will get blended into the final product of the soup. Take a look that way. Yeah, that's pretty fair. Then we're going to use a red onion. Take a good look. Michelle, explain to me why they call that red. I don't get it.
I don't know, it looks pretty purple to me, but...
Yeah, it's this flavor of the red onion, by the way, is a little bit milder than you're going to find for the white onion. It also is going to enhance the color. Into the pan here, I'm just throwing in some olive oil. Now, in the recipe that I'm giving you guys, it's 3/4 of a cup of olive oil. I've used about not more than a 1/4 cup here. The rest went over top of the tomatoes with the salt and pepper for flavor happening there. I'm just taking it and throwing these in. Now, there is not a single vegetable that will come salt and peppered for you, and salt and pepper is really important. It really helps to enhance the flavor. You don't want to overdose on it, but you just want to pull those flavors together. People that are in a salt-restricted diet say, you know what, I'm not going to have it, I'm not going to use it, but it really does help bring that flavor up. We're going to cut the skin away. Take your ends right off. And into the pan this will go as well. Now, we'll get the salt and pepper on here. Thank you.
That smells so good already.
You like that? Mm-hmm. But you know what I like about it is the colors. I just love, it's very vibrant just to begin with. Get all that flavor happening in there. Now, also one thing that we do here at the bakery all the time is we actually roast huge amounts of garlic. And then we use it for several recipes. So I've got some roasted garlic here. You think, wow, that looks like a lot of garlic. You got 5 whole cloves going in there. But you know, when you roast garlic off, it really mellows the flavor. Incredible. So in that goes. Okay, so Michelle, did you know that tomatoes are actually considered part of the nightshade family?
I actually did not know that. What does that mean?
What it means is they have a poisonous property to them. There's eggplants as part of that family, certain types of peppers, sweet and hot peppers, as well as, I said potatoes already, didn't I?
No, I don't think you did, but no? Yeah, that's a good one.
And the potatoes. But not to all people, but some people that have a very weak tolerance to it have to stay away from all nightshades. And really, you know what? It's too bad for them because this time of year with the tomatoes, they are fantastic. So take a look in the pan here, what's happening, because what I've got going, and you're going to hear this beep. That's not a fire alarm. It's my pan. Don't worry about that. I'm just lifting it off. It's an induction burner I'm working with here. All I'm doing is sweating it just to get the flavors to know each other. I don't want to cook this down to a mush. That's just not going to work. You're cooking the flavors out of it. So this is a fast, easy recipe that's all going together. Now, as I said, I had roasted my tomatoes earlier. And I had to cool them. If I didn't, I'd burn the heck out of my hands. All I'm doing is peeling off the tomato, or sorry, the skin of the tomato. And we're just going to pop it right into the pan. Thanks, Michelle.
No problem.
You got a cloth there? What a mess I'm making.
do.
Okay, and I'm going to break it down with my hands a little bit, actually. Thank you.
Break that down, no problem.
And that's all going right into the pan. Very simple. Thank you very much.
Hands, absolutely no problem. Take that away
now
from
on
you.
here, fresh basil. Another thing that goes really lovely with tomatoes. That's going in. Next to that, we're going to put some chicken stock. Now, I want to give you a word on that. Remember, eating gluten-free, sometimes a little bit of a struggle for you. It is getting better nowadays. However, in saying that, read your labels. Not a lot of people have time to make homemade chicken stock. A lot will have gluten in it, so be very careful with that. Also, you don't really need the sodium in the chicken stock because you're adding it on so many levels here with the flavor building that you are doing. All the herbs are going right in at this time as well. And now chicken stock, I'm only taking a cup of chicken stock in here. Whoa, that looks so good. Okay, so just gonna let these flavors get to know each other really well. Want to top it up with a tiny bit of salt and pepper here, okay? A little bit going in, and a bay leaf. Always a bay leaf. Love the flavor. We're gonna put a pot or a cover onto the pot, and then we're moving on to our cheese crackers, the best part. Thanks, Michelle. You can pass that over to me.
No
This is a
problem.
really fast, easy recipe, and actually, it's kind of funny story behind it. We were at the farmer's market that I'm telling you about, and this guy is selling some crackers, cheese crackers, but they're made with spelt. Now, unfortunately, spelt has gluten, so no good for a celiac. And I thought, oh, how am I going to replicate that? And because I'm not celiac, I got to taste it. I thought, oh, that's going to be easy. Well, I think we made it better, don't you?
I think so, too.
I think so. So anyway, going into here is our all-purpose flour. I've got a bit of black pepper. I've got some garlic, granulated garlic. I've got some smoky paprika. I love the Spanish stuff. It's the best, in my opinion, anyway. I've got some minced onion. Now, I didn't do the powdered on that, and I did that for a reason. I was looking to have a little bit of crunch going in there as well. And then I got some baking powder. And the reason I have the baking powder is it's going to want to have a little bit of a rise. So that's in. That's all the ingredients. It's pretty simple. Now, I've got butter is going right in. Half a cup of butter. And I've got some really nice, nippy old cheese. I'm using the orange cheese because I want the color pop as well. But this cheese is fantastic. It bakes out fantastic. In it goes. Now I've got the lid. Now I'm just going to pulse this. It's going to come together in a ball. Takes no time at all. Just take a look at this. Maybe get that out of the way while it's going. Yeah, you see what's happening here now, guys? So it's just pulling together, and really it doesn't take a lot of time. You want it to come away from the sides. That's all you're looking for. We're just about there. You can feel it going. Never watch a kettle boil, I'm telling you. Here, see what's happening? That's exactly what you want. That's it. That is it. We're done on this. Okay, now part of the trick on this is you want it to chill a little bit because you just had some heat with that blade. So we're just going to put a little bit of saran wrap. We're going to pop it into the fridge, and when we get back, we're going to be making ourselves some nice little crackers. Welcome back. Okay, cheese ball, the cracker, we put into the fridge for half an hour. Why I did that is because a lot of heat came off with the blade and you just don't want to roll it to make it so soft. So here you go. Take a look at this. We're turning these into fish. Very exciting. Now, one of the things I want you to know is anything to do with rolling, anything gluten-free, tends to have a lot of stickiness to it. So make sure you flour really well. And you're just going to roll this out. You want to roll it out, I think you're probably going to be looking 1/8 of an inch. Press it down first. Very forgiving, you can't mess this one up. Turn it around. Again, make sure you've got lots of flour or it's just gonna stick to the bottom. As I'm rolling this right down, I thought, how fun would this be? First time I did this, I used a pizza cutter. Made a little, kind of like a cheese nib kind of style. Now I decided, you know what? This is for kids, really. What we should be doing is making it kid-friendly. So you know those little goldfish? How fun would that be? Well, I wanted to bring it up a notch, and guess what? We got the shark. So going in. And I mean, for kids, you know what? Soup, crackers. Who wouldn't eat a shark? So I'm just going to cut these out. While I'm doing that, Michelle, do me a favor and transfer that to a bowl, would you? I think the soup's almost done there. Okay,
like
now, one thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if you know this stuff, because as I do each show, I really do a lot of research to find out about the different ingredients that I am using. Did you know, for example, tomatoes you should never ever store into the refrigerator? It actually kills the tomato. The flavor becomes really dull. Not only that, the texture becomes quite mealy, so it's not something that you want to do. Second to that, I found out that, did you know that tomatoes, actually they're saying that it reduces cholesterol. So you got high cholesterol, eat a tomato. What better reason? Now, these are almost ready to go in. Aren't they cute? Look at them. The other thing, Michelle, do me a favor. I think we need a fork here. We got to prick them all over. That's the other part to this. With the cracker and the baking powder in here, if you don't prick it with the fork, it's going to become a big puff. So you really want to. Oh, I got to tail the shark here. So you do really want to prick it all over the place. Pull that down. And you see some areas where I don't have as much flour, what's happening there? This, by the way, you can re-roll several times, so don't worry about wasting here because you're not. Come on, tail. There we go. Now, this recipe that I'm showing you here is going to make about 48 sharks, I'm thinking. And like I said, if you don't have a shark cut out, who cares? You can use a pizza cutter, make it rustic, make it like a cheese nib, use any kind of cookie cutter. This is good to go here. And do me a favor, would you? This is ready to go to the oven. And maybe you want to just clean this up a tiny bit for me, and I'm going to move on to blending this now. All right, so let's look at this soup. First things first, bay leaf has to come out. You can't eat this. It's not any good for you whatsoever. Now look at how beautiful this soup is looking. Let me get this out of the way. One thing, as I was playing with this recipe, I was experimenting a little bit, and a lot of times it calls for full fat cream. The reason a recipe would call for the 35% cream is that that won't separate, it won't break out. But you know what, I tried the evaporated milk and the condensed milk, and I'm telling you, it just brought this beautiful, beautiful flavor that was just so much more silky. So that's what we're doing here, and I wish you guys were in this room right now. Does this ever smell good? I'm putting about a cup in, okay? And in the meantime, our crackers are gone into the oven, and they're at a 375-degree oven, and they're gone 4 minutes. You're gonna spin your tray around 4 more minutes, and they'll be done. Take a look here. Now, please, stand back. You ready?
Oh,
no. Oh, we're all good. We're all good. Okay, so you just want to blend it, and look at how the creaminess is looking here. The colors are just beautiful. One of the things we're lucky about here at the bakery is we have our own garden that we've created, so we have a lot of fresh herbs that we get to play with. When you start trying to figure out what herbs go with what, one thing I can tell you for sure that I do know, that the basil and tomato go hand in hand, hands down. There is nothing better in flavor. You can make yourself a quick little salad with it. The tomato is actually quite versatile. You know, people think, oh, you know, all I can do is make a salad. There's so much more you can do with it. This is just about ready to go here. Oh yeah, you got a spoon handy there? Take a look at this. This is looking good. One thing about this recipe as well that's a bonus is, you know, hot summer day, who wants hot soup? Well, some people do, but this actually goes really lovely cold. If you're gonna do cold, I would put a little dollop of creme fraiche at the end. Really, really nice. Now I want you to take a good look here. There's two ways. There's, you know, the fancy where you're gonna sieve this out, you're gonna put it into a container with cheesecloth because you don't want any of the bits. But when it comes to all the flavors here, I want those bits. I want those textures. Take a good look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay, well, we are almost there, and you know, we've got the soup, we got the cracker. What else do we need to go? You want to finish your meal all the time with something sweet. When we come back, we're going to show you. Okay, as promised, here's our treats. Remember I talked about the strawberries? They are full-blown in season right now. Look at how beautiful they are. Well, we're going to make ourselves a strawberry fool, and it's really simple. That comes from the UK, by the way, original recipe, made with gooseberries originally as well. I'm going to do the cheater's way, and Michelle's going to do Han's way. And the reason she's doing it this way is because As a younger chef, she needs to get seasoned a bit. When you get to be my age, you use the equipment. So you got to earn your rights there, kid. Okay, before we
problem.
get into this, you're not even going to get a head start on it. We're going to put strawberries first. I've hulled the strawberries. There's 12 ounces going right into the food processor. With it, I've got some sugar going right in. I'm using the organic cane sugar. And all I'm doing here is then pureeing it. Bring it right down. All the flavors of the strawberries, although they don't really need sugar, with the puree we want to add a little bit bump with the whipping cream. That's it. Nice and easy. Let's get that out of the way. Another thing, see, I've been doing this for years, you haven't, and look at, I can now do this.
Your arms are very experienced.
So what I'm doing here is I've got ice cold whipping cream, full fat, 35%, going in. Yeah, I am doing the cheater's way. Michelle, you're doing it by hand. Okay.
On your mark.
Dueling whipped cream. Let's see who wins. You want soft peaks, guys, soft peaks. Okay, on your mark, get set, go. Oh man, my arm's sore. This is hard work. This is really hard work. Looking for soft peaks?
I'm getting bubbles exploding everywhere.
That's okay, so am I, but mine's staying in the bowl. Hey, you're not bad.
Thanks.
You're not
I
bad
think
at
it's
all.
just your grandma's whisk, to be honest.
It might be. Oh yeah, by the way, this here, that was my grandmother's. How cool is that? My grandmother's, for some reason, knew I was going to be a chef one day. I got everything. I got the rolling pins. I got the beaters. I got everything. I'm not too far off, Michelle. I don't know about you, but I'm almost there. Want me to help you a bit and give you a bit of your vanilla?
That'd be awesome.
Okay, there you go. Little
Lovely.
splash for you, little splash for me.
Yummy, yummy.
I hate to tell you this, but I got maybe 10 more seconds. I don't know about you.
I don't know if I hate that or like it.
Soft peaks, soft peaks. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I got soft bubbles.
Almost there. Almost there. Okay, countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well,
I win.
I think so. Almost there, though.
Do the test.
It's almost there.
You know what the test is on these things? They hold it over their head. That's how they have perfect whips. Now look at that. That's what you're looking for? Soft, just like that. Now all we're doing is, I'm going to actually need to get a bowl here, if you don't mind, and a spatula. You got one handy for me?
Spatula, yes, right
Perfect.
here.
And I'd like to get a bowl that I can put this in that we're going to be able to see. Sorry about that. We're folding this in with the strawberry puree. Let me grab the strawberry puree and you guys can take a look at this. Okay. Take a good look down here. Boy, that looks so good just on its own. That really does. If you could smell the freshness of these strawberries, wow. Wow. Okay, so we're going to be pouring this into the bowl. Very soft. Thank you so much. And as I said, just soft peaks. It's all you want. You didn't want anything stiff there. Now with it, we're taking the strawberries themselves. We're pouring it in. What I'm going to do right now is called folding. Folding is being very gentle with it. And you just want to incorporate it. You don't want to lose those bubbles that you've just pulled in together. But look at that. Isn't that delicious?
Looks like a candy cane. Beautiful.
Isn't it nice? But wait till you taste it. Can you smell the strawberries?
Yeah, that's...
Like, that's incredible. I love the smell of fresh strawberries. Now, all I'm doing here is I'm going to pop it in. Look at how pretty that is. Wow. I don't think I want company on this one. I could eat the whole thing myself. Oops. Could you do me a favor and just put a strawberry?
Absolutely.
Fan it out for me, make it look pretty. There you go. Another one here. Okay. Look at that. It's, I think, a step up from a strawberry milkshake, actually.
A couple of steps up.
It is. Okay, now, another little thing I found out when I was doing a bit of research. Did you know strawberries are part of the rose family? So what's that saying? A rose by any other name is?
A strawberry.
Thank you. Okay, I'm reaching over. I'm going to plate my soup now. We've got that. Wow, that looks good. Perfect. Okay, let's go on to the soup.
Lovely.
And you know what? This time of year, you want vibrance, you want colors. Look at the colors of these bowls. Fantastic colors happening. And in it goes. This is going to feed 4 people easily. Yum. Take a look at that. Where's our sharks?
Look at these. Look at them.
They're
still
awesome.
swimming.
Yeah, they're awesome.
ready to go
Take
again.
a look. They actually taste like those little goldfish, but they're gluten-free and they're sharks. So go figure. Now we're going to finish it off. Let it go for a swim. And delicious. Love it, love it. Perfect.
Boop.
Okay, well, that's everything we're showing you today. Now, how easy was that? Seriously, you guys can make this. Go to our website, www.younneverknow.com. Recipes are going to be sitting there waiting for you. And Michelle, high five, girl. Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.